I was making less than I made right out of college, right after the recession, teaching at a charter school. It was still like a normal salary in Spain. Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about my ventures into non-teaching and non-music job and how that lasted for 2 months. So glad you're here. Let's get into it. So I am living in Spain and I came here with the idea, well, I came here with savings and the idea that I was not going to work for a year. And I am being really bad at that. I don't know, I mean, I think we're very conditioned to feel like to be a worthy human, a human worthy of breathing the air and eating the food we need to be always working full time. Comes up in conversation, people say, what do you do? And it's like, I live. They're like, are you a student or are you working? I'm like, sort of neither, but sort of both. Okay, so that pressure just came from myself not being prepared, not being strong enough to be like, hey, I'm on sabbatical, leave me alone. And also society. And also I had this romanticized idea about digital nomads and like tech jobs. Cause like, it's like the cool thing to have a tech job and be like a digital nomad. People who work remotely and then they like bop around and live in different places. And I was like, wow, that is the dream, man. That is the dream. Was it as dreamy as I thought? You will have to watch to find out. Let's get into it from the beginning. How did I get the job? I don't remember applying for it. Don't remember if it was in LinkedIn or Indeed.com. The job was e-learning developer and content strategist. So like, sounds so cool. I got a call after I had forgotten I had applied for it, and it was an American woman. She's like, can you do these? I'm gonna send you these tasks, which was like copywriting and like writing directions for creating a Google Calendar event. So I had to do that over the weekend, sent it to her, she liked it, got an interview, did another interview, and they're like, when can you start? Okay, so this job was 100% remote, working from home or from wherever you have internet. Can't really make generalizations about Spanish work culture because we like weren't in an office and people were from different places in the world. Like the founders, one lives in Germany, two live in France, and then the other employees live in Spain. Say everyone was really respectful, informal kind of vibe between, say, the owners, managers, and the employees. So, but there were, you know, there's only 8 people working there total. So I didn't really get like a taste for like hierarchical structures in Spanish work environments. So it's full-time, 40 hours a week, something I had mixed feelings about. They use Toggle to track the time you spend on like whichever project, which I understand they want to track like what you're working on, but also they need to track billing for billing clients. Like if you're, like I was making a course for this mining company, so I had to track the time I was spending on their course so then they could bill them for that time. But it just felt like usually you have projects and then it's like if you are really efficient and you finish them early, then like you're done. But it, like in this case, you had no incentive to do things efficiently or quickly, because if you finish them early, you still have to like do all your time, so then you just get more tasks. So mixed feelings about that. I understand why they do it because we're remote. It's just kind of like seeing like the timer going while you're working. Not my favorite feeling. Okay, about holidays and festivals. Spain is very serious about their weekends, about their festivals, about vacation. If you send an email during a holiday like Semana Santa, people answer you and then they're like, you're not working more today, are you? Okay, and then we did a work trip to Mallorca, which was really fun. Got to know everyone in person. We had a workshop. One of the Spanish founders said something interesting, that like Americans have a way of like owning the room when they're speaking and just like really good presentation skills, which I didn't really realize there was a difference between Europe and the States. But then talking to people, yeah, it's like certainly Spanish. I don't know other European countries, but throughout school there's like almost no public speaking. I don't know if that's true. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but people just don't have a lot of experience speaking in front of people. I have to go to Spanish class right now. So you can come with me and we'll finish this chat after class. Let's go. Okay, here we are in Turia Park. So I went to Spanish class, and where were we? I was talking about my job that I don't have anymore. So not having an office, this job was completely, what is happening? 100% remote, no office. The employees were spread all over. Literally roll out of bed, into my chair, start working. Which of course I didn't do that. I had coffee and did yoga first. One thing I wanted to try was a co-working space. So basically you pay 200 euros to have like a desk in a co-working space and work from there. Which seems like a lot, but mine was nice. I had a nice chair, they had a nice kitchen, coffee machines. They did like events, after work stuff, or going to lunch together, kinds of things. I suppose the idea is trying to simulate an office when everyone has totally separate jobs. You'd hear people from all over the world, people from France making calls, Argentina, Belgium, Hungary, the US, Canada, people from all over doing their various jobs. And yeah, it was fun to hear about what people were doing and just get to know them a little bit. The digi nomads. In the end, of course, I didn't want to pay. Okay, is Valencia a major digital nomad hub? I found this website called nomadlist.com, and let's look at where Valencia is. Okay, it's definitely on the website. Got some good points, some good reasons to be here. I've especially met several Northern Europeans who come here like for a few weeks or on vacation, and then they're like, I need to figure out a way to stay here. Especially if you're coming from a pretty rainy place like Germany, Poland, anywhere in Northern Europe. I come for a visit and then try to find a way to stay. The life is good here. So definitely you see the market tapping into that. There are quite a few co-working spaces, and they are not, in my opinion, not at Spanish prices. They are trying to attract foreigners with foreign salaries. Oh my, we are already there. Salaries, taxes, benefits. Let's get into it. Okay, so even though I was making less than I made, a lot less than I was making right out of college, right after the recession, teaching at a charter school, it was still like a fine, normal salary in Spain. The entry-level salary is 15,000 to 20,000 euros a year. I was making the top end of that, woo, which comes out, after taxes, comes out to between 1,300 and 1,400 euros a month. But mind you, in Spain, and I find this peculiar, but you get your salary in 14 installments throughout the year. So in July and December you get like double salary, which I suppose the idea is people, need extra money for vacations in July and the summer, and then extra money for Christmas and whatnot in December. It just seems kind of funny to me. It seems kind of like a parent giving allowance to a child that can't be trusted with their own money. But I get it. Yeah, it's a good idea, but it's kind of confusing when you're like, how much do I actually make per month? I'm not sure. Okay, and then with this job, it came with 25 vacation days per year, and that does not count the national and local holidays. Oh my God, I'm running out of battery. Mayday. Okay, I'm back, all glistening from my bike ride. Okay, I was talking about Spanish salaries. So, of course, the price of living is cheaper here, and the salary was fine. It would totally cover cost of living. I took it because I thought that a job in creating content and online courses would be something I wanted to get into. So it'd be like kind of like a paid internship, or later I could do something more lucrative, but I would learn a lot. And I did learn a lot, but I would say I learned even more doing YouTube. I guess I already knew video editing, and I already knew I did learn about copywriting and such, but I knew about social media and all that. So I was learning some, but not enough to compensate for the lack of compensation. And so I was working alone in my house, remote, 8 hours a day, getting more and more work piled on top of me. And then I would get my paycheck and it was like, deflated balloon. I'm like, why am I doing this? I tried to leave the best way, so I resigned. I sent an email to the founders and my manager explaining the situation, that I didn't know how long I would be in Spain, and I felt like I needed to focus on Spanish and my own projects. Okay, so if I had really loved this, I could have stuck with it, gone deeper. I did really like the company. The company is growing really fast, and there's some cool opportunities coming down the line. I mean, all those women are so smart. They're aerospace engineers, and they are really good at project lifecycle management. It's basically looking at big companies, a lot of factories, and looking for how their departments can communicate better and how their whole process, the process of creating and putting out a product, can flow better. And all of that is not my bag, baby.
This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
There was writing and there was doing graphics and stuff, so not that it wasn't creative, but creating a course about a mining mechanism called flotation for 2 weeks straight is like, to quote my friend Julia, I'll take fork in the eye. Today was the first Monday in 2 months that I have to work for myself. And working for myself is a challenge in self-discipline. You gotta stick to your guns, because no one's hovering over your shoulder asking you if you finished that project. Do I regret taking the job? Absolutely not. It did make me sad for many days, but also there were days where I was like, oh, maybe I could like this. And I learned so much. I mean, it's a basic skill. Like, you take a project and you're like, how many hours will this take? And then you spread those hours over X number of weeks and you're like, there's our plan for getting this project done. Wow, okay. Like, I will never be anywhere close to an engineer, but like, bless their souls, they are so good at just organizing and like, we are going to do this, and then after this, and I'm like, that's what I need to get stuff done. Thank you so much for watching. I've been really into Jonathan Van Ness, so I'm like kind of stealing his branding and being like really like,
Hello 2022, you're gorgeous.
I am back to my gorge life, not working full time, and that is what I'm all about. If I can get away with that my entire life, I will. I have some English students lined up. Tomorrow I'm getting my curly hair diagnosed for how to take care of it better. Because look. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have experience working in Spain. Write about it in the comments. It has been a pleasure. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Hasta luego. Au.